So I'm covering Lunar again, because a lot has happened after you posted a video reacting to my video about him. But before I continue explaining everything, if you're watching this, Lunar, go fuck yourself, you useless quivering fruit fuck. You skipped my ice cream tutorial, asshole. I put my soul and heart into that and you fucking skip it? Hope you eat nothing but wet gravel for the rest of your life, you fucking raging queer. Anyways, back to his video. One of the comments he made in his video is actually the reason I'm making this video in the first place. His main point was that my video was taken up by most of his crying video, which, to be fair, I did intend for it to be an archive, but that doesn't matter. So yes, Lunar, I will be giving full commentary. I also thought it would be really funny to bring up his one wretched fan that has been basically commenting on every video he has made. And, well, the profile picture speaks for itself. And him not really understanding why people hate the cuck, although...
Well, the cuck. See, that's the thing, I understand why people hate iDubbbz. I guess it'd be more apt to say I don't understand why they waste their time hating iDubbbz. Why they hate iDubbbz to such an extent when they've never met him, don't know really anything about him besides what he posts online.
Because it's funny to endlessly mock someone who has turned himself into a glorified urinal for his whore wife.
Like coughing in the morning, and I filmed it because I thought we were going to do a documentary, so I like filmed him coughing in the shower. All night he was coughing. I was like, oh my god, this is going to be so bad. He also had fractured shins, but like, you can fight on fractured shins, but you couldn't be as bouncy. I find it fascinating because like, if I look at you, even in like the viewfinder, extremely masculine chin, which is also why I like the buzz cut, because it like emphasizes your chin and your like heavy brow. Like I would argue you have one of the most, part of the reason why I don't want to have a child with you is because I'm terrified if we have a girl that she's gonna have all your masculine features.
Isn't that interesting? I think about that a lot.
Yeah. If you can. I just want to ask him if you've always been shitting your pants.
No.
Because since I've known you, you've always had, like, IBS. You've always been shitting yourself.
Yeah, well...
Also, why the fuck is that important? Sorry guys, but you can't hate Chris Chad. Even though he raped his dementia-ridden mother, you just don't know the guy. He might be a really nice guy in person. You don't know.
Continue on with the video. That's funny, it's a little sliding in there, calling him cuck. So I could already tell your opinion on this whole ordeal.
What the fuck does that mean? He's a literal cuck. He even said it himself.
Brought upon myself, I'll fill you in. My girlfriend started an OnlyFans account, which is a website where you can upload amateur porn. Anything from double penetration all the way over to lewd cosplay and everything in between. And I think all of it is cool. No, iDubbbz, you should break up with her. But I'm cool with it. You do realize there are guys out there in private right now jacking off to your girlfriend. But I guess it's out of sight, out of mind, it's not a problem.
If a man is perfectly okay with his wife whoring herself out on the internet, then I'm sorry, you're a cuck. Also, looking back on that last clip, what a retarded argument. Any normal person would be uncomfortable if they found out someone was gooning to their partner.
Know anything about that?
Your understanding of Hassan is cool, chill guy. Maybe do some more research.
I don't
Yeah, I think Hassan's cool and chill.
This is so insane. America deserved 9/11, dude.
Know anything about that?
Your understanding of Hassan is cool, chill guy. Maybe do some more research.
I don't
Yeah, I think Hassan's cool and chill, and if you don't, that tells me a lot about the type of person you are, which is fine. I mean, I don't care that there's a bunch of Nazis online that hate me, you know? That's like kind of what they do best.
Really? This is the only thing you could come up with? It's not even a good insult or argument. You do know that probably the majority of negative comments are coming from Ethan Klein's or Moist Critical fans, right? Maybe even a sprinkle of Ethan Klein's cock sleeve is in there. I'm just saying, they're the most disabled Goy audience out there that will defend their Jewish kings to the bitter end. Also, a side topic. I never understood how the new left has somehow argued for jihadist. If you're a viewer of mine or know me, you already know why, but let's look at it from their perspective. The claim it's for the poor little brown person But wouldn't it be better to argue for people who hold your same values? Jews have done more for the left than any other group, and still do. We've all heard the being thrown off the building joke, but truly, what are the two ideological end goals of these groups? Communists and anarchists both have the same end goal, to free the worker from his capitalist chains. What do jihadist groups have in common? A Islamic theocracy that denies everything from democracy and leftist values. Zionism is different, you know. That's a big word for Jews.
Off of this, but also, you know, it does, we'll probably get to this point later in the video, but yeah, you know, it does emotionally get to me when so many people hate on me.
The reason I added the comments section was to make the point that this is the type of comments he was getting, before building up to the breakdown video, with the main point being he freaked out over nothing. If Lunar thinks this is bad, then imagine if he was someone like Chibi Reviews. Someone that gets constant jokes made about their dead brother being turned into a chair. But instead of a chair, it's his girlfriend being turned into a lampshade. I'm going to use this recent comment Lunar received to show the main issue with Lunar. This guy writes out a long comment that's the nicest way to tell him to quit. Lunar responded with this. This guy actually had good advice, better than anything I'm going to fucking tell you. And instead of, I don't know, improving yourself or maybe not being such a gay little wimp, you post, "That was a really mean comment." If I was this guy, I would have given up writing the second comment. And this is the other thing I can't understand with Lunar. He can't make up his mind if it's his fault or the Nazis' fault. One minute, he'll blame himself, the next blame the haters. I'm going to be honest, I don't think the Nazis got you to make a 7-minute video of you crying on mic, or the 22-minute long video of you going on this iDubbbz rant. We will get to that later.
Go. Saying the N-word as the way it is played out, you have to delete this video.
I mean, again, like, if you think it's, like, cool to say the N-word as a white person, you're just cruel for, like, for what reason? For your own kicks, I guess?
Why are you calling them Nick? Don't call them Nick. What these black folk do? They don't know better. They're just having fun. Just a drunken 7-minute video of him crying. I should note he deleted the "It's Over" video.
Yeah, so a little context. I didn't delete this video because I was embarrassed of it or anything. I deleted it mostly because it just doesn't really fit, you know, with the rest of the channel. And, you know, I go back and forth on deleting my old Fallout Let's Play too, just because I don't think it really fits the channel well. So you know, just for the record, this has nothing to do with me being ashamed. You know, yeah, I got emotional. I'm a 500 subscriber channel. Like, yeah, if I get a wave of fucking hate, if I get ratioed to that extent, yeah, it's gonna make me sad, and it made me really depressed. I'm still fucking depressed about it, you know, to this day, but, yeah, so I don't regret that video. I'm probably not gonna make it public again.
That's such fucking cope. Because clearly you thought it would be a good idea to repost it, then private it 3 more times, then also private everything else on your channel. Also, you're depressed over mean comments. Then re-upload it, and then delete it again. So this next segment will be an archive of that now deleted video. And I honestly am not going to put any commentary over it because I feel the full 7 minutes is all you need to understand this total fuck up. By the way, I'm gonna put.
Can I ask why it's a fuck up again? Like, again, you know, I don't think it really fits on my channel, but if me being emotional, you know, emotionally vulnerable with my audience is a fuck up, I'd just like to know why you think that.
You completely spurred out over comments on a video. You could have gotten up and walked away, or ignored them, or hell, even generated content off of this. But instead, you thought, "Oh, I should make a 22-minute long video explaining how I'm iDubbbz and going on this rant about how not giving birth to children or killing them is a good thing." Literally anything else you could have done.
Here we go. I'm about to make myself retarded.
Care with me putting this over.
By the way, I want to know for my own editing, how do you get this kind of like blurry, maybe the guy who made this video will reply for me.
This gay fuck thinks I'm gonna give him tips after he skipped my fucking ice cream tutorial. So moral of the story, don't be a raging homosexual.
Okay, so the moral of the story is that you're a homophobe.
Yes. Anyways, after he uploaded the response, he decided to upload a video called "I'm iDubbbz" that he would quickly take down. Personally, if I posted a 7-minute video of me crying, I would stop there and kill myself.
I made a video a week ago about why I think we should all be a bit nicer to iDubbbz. The video got an unexpected amount of hate comments and dislikes, which is something I'm somewhat used to. I've made videos negatively critiquing the Fallout show, which angered a considerable amount of people. I made a video explaining why I'm anti-natalist.
Before I continue, I thought it'd be funny to show you what he said on his Everything is a Scam video.
Man, you know, it's like, it's cases like him that really make me fully believe that, like, you know, voluntary euthanasia should be allowed for anybody who wants it. Because I look at this guy, this guy's life has been nothing but shit since, like, since he was born, basically. Like, his life has been fucking hell. And I'm just saying, people whose lives are like shit, like nothing but shit, should have the right to be able to take themselves out if they want. You know, I'm so fucking fed up with humanity, dude. I hate this race so much. I really don't understand why we don't have a one-child policy. I really fucking don't, dude. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna call it quits.
This is probably one of the most things someone could say.
Controversial subjects. I like riling people up, and perhaps planting a seed in their head that things could be different.
Well, how did that turn out for you?
Surely they must be right, a constant nagging voice tugs on my bits and says. Otherwise there wouldn't be such an outright consensus against you. After that, an interesting thought hit me. Maybe I am iDubbbz.
He's a mentally retarded person. I knew at that very moment he was a lost cause.
There's another YouTuber, though. One who acted as a sort of mythological arch-nemesis for me, representing everything I hate about humanity in one individual, yet somehow so utterly fascinating and interesting. The Joker to my Batman. Sam Hyde. It would be a lie to say I don't find Sam Hyde funny. I view him as sort of a court jester, a brash amalgam, the worst of pole Nazis compressed together into a nightmare human. But one I can't take my eyes off, like a collision happening at an intersection in front of me. He's like a character from Always Sunny, maybe Max specifically, but unfortunately, he's real. When people ask me if I watch Sam Hyde, I say no instinctively, because saying no is easier than having to explain that I view his content like a little boy views a gorilla flipping out at a zoo.
Why does this have to make everything so fucking complicated? You can just say you think he's funny. I too would also be a nihilist if I was such a pathetic fucktoy like yourself. Also, does he think that the people on Fish Tank are, like, held at gunpoint? They can leave whenever they want.
I'm 27 now, for perspective. I remember asking my mom what each party roughly believed in. She explained the differing ideology when it came to several issues. She told me people on the right are typically anti-abortion, while on the left they're more pro-choice. I found it obviously morally wrong to restrict someone from aborting a fetus growing inside them.
For someone who believes in nihilism and refuses the idea of any form of spiritual meaning behind our existence besides the instinctual, animalistic desires, you really like things that would end humanity as a whole.
Morality, in my view, is mostly the rejection of acts which would lead to deleterious outcomes for the replication of genes.
I'm pretty sure being anti-natalist is not helping preserve our existence, and I know some greasy fuck is going to be in the comments going, we're just special and we're the only ones who do this! Well, the problem with that is there's cases of animals kicking the bucket or starving themselves because of grief. A famous instance of this is geese dying of a broken heart, where they will starve themselves because their lifelong partner has passed away. Also, when you try to stop these tumors by stopping the mass rape in the first place, they get mad at you. I do want to sidetrack a bit because during a storm that happened when I was writing the script for this video, I realized something. Everyone around me was trying to rush home or get inside, but I was enjoying it, even when I should have been worrying about the power going out or the pea-sized hail that was pissed down from the sky. But I was enjoying the colorful chaos. I was enjoying the moment. I was enjoying life. And then it hit me. Even if Lunar was happy, and everything went right for him, he would still perish from himself. I don't want to get biblical because it would eat up this entire video if I did, so I'll leave that for another time. But for now, let's look at Lunar's beliefs on suffering. Lunar believes that all suffering is pointless without any purpose or meaning. He also believes, as stated earlier, that giving birth to a child would be immoral, because you put the burden of life and suffering onto said child. Now, let's say all of Lunar's problems just went away, with even stuff he can't fix being fixable. He now doesn't need to deal with suffering, because everything is fixed. Time will pass by, and he will start to slowly realize that no suffering is great and all, but life becomes kind of predictable and boring. He spends his days completing and doing things he's always wanted, but is slowly realizing that he's running out of things to do. Even with what seems like endless possibilities, they just end up becoming more like a ticking clock than an accomplishment. Death itself is no longer a problem because everyone and everything is shaped based on what he wants. His friends and family become basically soulless husks, doing anything he could possibly want with no disagreement or issues. Relationships become meaningless to him. What's the point if there's no struggle or consequence for how he treats these people? It's always going to be the outcome he wants, no matter what. His belief in government or system doesn't matter, when he could just basically do or will whatever he wants. Nothing mattered in the end, because there is no chaos or problem. Because of this, he decided one morning to sit alone at one of his favorite forest locations. He was going through ideas of how to make existence itself interesting again, but there was one issue. He couldn't seem to get free will to work with his situation. He thought he could give people back their free will with the same powers he had, but quickly realized this wouldn't work. Either it would put everyone in their own little fantasy land that would put the same suffering he's going through right now onto others, with him still being stuck in his current situation, or basically giving everyone free will with the same powers he had, to only make reality far worse than the one he originally came from. At least the reality from before had the consequences of death and failure, but remove that and basically the equivalent of gods fighting each other. Then there was the third option that came to mind. To reset everything, to give up all of his powers to go back to his normal, miserable life. He started to freak out. He realized that his life has been made into a living hell. He will never escape this suffering that he himself has made, and will never change no matter the outcome. Anyways, I didn't plan for the hypothetical to be a short story, but I thought it was fun while writing the script, so I added on to it. After all that, though, you might be thinking, what does this all mean? Well, to put it simply, it's not about Lunar, but his idea of life itself, and his own self-made torment. It's not even about his belief on God or existence itself, but rather him not changing his outcome or circumstances. Individuals like Albert Camus and Friedrich Nietzsche would strangle someone like Lunar. I actually cut the scripted portion of the video out because I felt it wasn't genuine enough, and I wanted to make it very clear, even though Lunar is a lost cause, and he's very funny to laugh at, I want you, the viewer, yes you, to take this not as just someone to endlessly mock and laugh at because of his just extreme, I don't even know, like retardation, to look at him and learn from it, learn from his mistakes, and to become someone better than him. And what I mean by that, enjoy life. Just simply enjoy life. That is the only thing I ask from you. Even in every little aspect, even the bad things, embrace suffering and eventually overcome it. And I truly mean this. I definitely truly mean this. Even if I sound, weird and nasally. I want the viewers to understand this. But embrace suffering, embrace life, and then embrace death as well. Understand that death is coming. But that also makes life so precious at the same time, that you only have a limited amount of time. So embrace material death. And I truly mean it. Embrace every single aspect of life, even to its end. Anyways, back to mocking this retard.
After watching the country descend into an authoritarian hellhole in short order, I quickly realized the futility in voting. After all, the best I could hope for is another APAC-sponsored geriatric husk who will kick the can down the curb until the species goes extinct from some sort of environmental disaster.
Isn't that what you want? You literally want us to be wiped off the face of this earth. To end our suffering. Like, make up your mind, you indecisive fuck.
His content cop videos. It shouldn't be hard then to see why he's such a relatable figure to me. I too often challenge dominance. I vouch for a world of anarchy. I find small joys in going against the mob.
How are you going to get an anarchist society when you're the human equivalent of bacteria? Also, is your idea of challenging dominance making a YouTube post with a gay image then privating everything with the description, I gave up? I'm just asking.
A chunk of this audience was there for my personality. I'm edgy. Many can't get a solid grasp of my belief system. But I'd like to think I have some good ideas. I'm a vehement vegan because, there's a Holocaust happening every day. I wanted to make a video talking about why I'm an anti-natalist. I genuinely believe this. I think raising your kids in like a religious household is child abuse. I fully believe that voluntary euthanasia should be allowed for anybody who wants it.
Alright, I'm going to stop the video right here because, well, most of the stuff he goes over in the last few minutes of the video are either something I already talked about or it's not really entertaining. I probably won't also talk about Lunar again unless something crazy happens. Also, I just want to get back to the content I'm making. None of that is scripted, by the way. This is just my personal message to everyone. And so, yeah. Moral of the story? Lunar is a fat...